Hi, my name's Julia Clark and I work for a company called Link Microtech. Amongst a range of electromagnetic field safety equipment, we supply devices called personal monitors. The function of an RF, that's radio frequency, personal monitor, is to provide a warning to the user when the local field strength is starting to become significant compared to the level given by EMF safety guidelines or regulations. They're designed to be worn on the body, like this, leaving your hands free to get on with whatever you need to undertake. The purpose of this video is just to cover some simple do's and don'ts regarding the use of Nardalert personal monitors and help you to avoid wasting time and money on false alarms. So first of all, make sure you know what your Nardalert should do when you switch it on. Whether you're using a Nardalert XT or a Nardalert S3, it will start up and run through a self-check sequence with a series of beeps and LEDs or screen indications, giving you information like battery status and what the alarm thresholds are set to. I know that for some of us, and that's me included, reading the instruction manual can be a bit dull, but if you don't understand something on your monitor or you think it's doing something different to usual, it's a really good idea to check the manual. Once the Nardalert's powered up, we recommend you use a cheap walkie-talkie, something like this, as a check source, and that will give you confidence that the unit is functioning correctly. As the field strength increases and decreases, you hear the unit's two-stage alarm. The factory setting is for the first alarm to sound at 50%, with the second alarm coming in at 200% of a given guideline or regulation. So in Europe, that will usually be 50% or 200% of the EMF directive action level. The first alarm is a series of single tones like this. So single tone, 50%. The second alarm level is a sequence of tones like this, indicating 200%. Now on to what happens if the Nardalert doesn't switch on correctly. You turn it on and again it runs through its self-check sequence, but at the end of the self-check sequence you end up with a continuous tone with all the LEDs lighting up like this. That's a sign of a very unhappy Nardalert. I'm going to turn it off. If a Narda XT does this, it means it's got a serious hardware fault, and it's not, and I repeat not, an alarm for high field strength. It's a sign that the unit has failed one or more of its startup tests and it shouldn't be used, and it should be returned for repair or for investigation. So, the next important thing to understand, if you're holding the Nardalert to use as a sniffer, is do not put your hands or fingers across the front face. The sensors are in the front face here and they're forward looking, and having your hand in the way will affect what the monitor is trying to do. It's like trying to take a picture with your hand over the camera lens. Last but not least, when you're out on site and you place your Nardalert right up against steelwork, you might trigger a false alarm. Sometimes you might have a very low RF current induced in the metalwork, and the Nardalert will respond to that if it's too close. It's not a true alarm because rather than a true field strength evaluation, there will be some capacitive coupling between the metalwork and the sensors in the monitor. And this is a common problem if you've got VHF broadcast transmitters on site. So this effect means that all EMF safety devices have what's called a minimum measurement distance. Inside this distance, monitors won't give a correct response. What you need to do is hold the monitor away from the metalwork by just a few centimetres and it will stop alarming. So thanks for watching, and I hope it's been helpful in explaining some issues around the use of Nardalert personal monitors. If you have got any further questions though, just call us at Link Microtech and we'll be really happy to help.